All right, hey guys, here we are, hole 9. Now, what I'll do for this hole typically is more of a layup shot and just try to focus on the albatross approach. Now, I did pull it off on expert, so if you want to see kind of what it looks like, maybe worth checking out my expert guide. I think it's the first version that I did, not the revision. So if you want to check that out, you'll see what I'm going to do is relatively no spin, and I'll just do the side spin more so than anything. Also going to overpull my rings here as an overplay. Almost 8 rings. It's kind of to help play wind effect. So I do want to kind of favor the left-hand side a little bit. Ooh, that was a really bad rollout. So you can see that I got that roll out bounce where it rolled slowly on the ground. It actually went into the rough. I'm going to pitch backwards just so we don't waste this view, but be careful. As you can see, there was no way of knowing whether I was going to get the checkup bounce or the roll through. What I'll typically do is I'll play maybe just a little bit of backspin, but with only a power 2 ball, I didn't use it. So I figured, it would probably check up, and it almost still did. Even with that, that was like the longest version of a shot that I could possibly do, and I still almost got it to stop. So, but the fact that I didn't get it to stop, I am going to just lay it back. I don't want to, you'll see that, it won't cost me. You'll see even with a Nirvana 5, I could still just kind of gently power this. I might not even need power to get this up to the green. But I'd rather, instead of just getting the eagle, I'd rather just lay this back to where I should have drove it and then show you guys the approach. It's going to have more value. And you'll see that I'm also bringing katana on purpose. The biggest reason is for the side spin aspect. So it's going to have much more use than Titan Ball does for me. So, but keep that in mind for the tee shot. You don't need to get every last bit of fairway. So I thought, I was going to get the good. You could see my opponent just got the checkup bounce. He just got his bounce where it didn't roll through, and it just kind of, each bounce was kind of like a check and didn't roll much of anything. And you'll see we're not even going to set up at max club here. What I'll typically do is between 3 and 4 backspin, somewhere in there. And we'll just try to master that ball guide offset. Now, what I'll typically do is kind of, with this wind angle, is I'll typically point it almost towards the hole. You'll also see that I won't need to go max because I'm not even in plus yardage. So you can see all the plus yardage goes away. So it's going to be more of a mid-type adjustment. So I'm thinking somewhere around 7.0 rings is all I'm going to go here. Other than that, we're just going to try to focus on perfect ball. And let's see what we can get here. It looks like it's pretty good. So as you can see with that wind angle, it almost goes where you point the ball guide. So you can see that is almost exactly where I had the ball guide pointed, and that's where the ball actually winds up. So it is a very good wind angle. For you to be able to get that hole out, because all you have to do is just kind of keep the ball guide short intentionally, and it just kind of shoots in the direction of the ball guide. So I have had that, similar direction wind on past tournaments before, and I kind of knew it was going to do that, or I knew it was going to be close to that. So that's how I wanted to set up my ball guide. So keep that in mind with your ball guide offset. If you don't have enough, then you'll have to use a little bit of curl. So you can see opponent doesn't have as much of that aspect. So you'll see he's going with a little bit of curl to try to get that going towards the hole. And sure enough, there it kind of slides off to the edge. But a good chance for you to get a nice hole out there. So hopefully you guys are able to get it. And good luck with your rounds. Let me know how it goes, and I will see you guys later on future guides. Also, check out that expert if you can. Checking out that expert guide is going to get you pointed in the right direction and where you want to be going. You only want to play pro if you have to. There's no advantage to be in here, so keep that in mind. Good luck.